Hello students, when we are reading about Adivasis people, when we are reading about minorities, then we understand about the marginalization. Yes, Bindu Chaudhary is with you in your social science class, and today we are covering our chapter 7th of unit 4th. Social justice and the marginalized, and in this one today we are covering part 3rd of question answer session. But before covering understanding marginalization question answer, let's recall about the chapter reading session, then how Adivasis felt themselves very harassed because of the new forest laws, because of the many innovations by the industries, by the building of the bridges, dams, etc. And with all these reserve parks, etc., who suffered a lot, students? As per our chapter reading, we noticed that Adivasi people suffered a lot, and in this one we studied about the story also of Dadu and others, and we study about the main thing about the marginalization. Not only Adivasis are there, Dalits as well as Muslim community is also included in this one. Hope you recall everything. So let's start our question answer session. Let's take our first question here. Write two or more sentences of what you understand by the word marginalization. When we consider the word marginalization, then it's important whatever we read in this chapter about this word, we will write here. Okay, the concept of this one. Marginalization means the communities which are put at the margins. Yes, एकदम margin पे जो होते हैं, margin पे किस किस की margin होना चाहिए बच्चों? Margins of economic and cultural development. So these are the most important factor to be categorized for the purpose of the marginalization. First one is economic factor and second one is cultural development. When we include all these two factors, we had taken a result for this one. These communities are devoid of any changes or advancement which other people enjoy in modern times. See, when conditions are really this type, then we notice that how Adivasis people suffered a lot, and with all these things we noticed about the conditions of the people here and how these people switched off from their places. We are considering our next question here. List two reasons why Adivasis are becoming increasingly marginalized. Yes, step by step the conditions of the Adivasis becomes worse and they increasingly marginalized. So we will give here two reasons as per our chapter study. Okay, see, the development of forests robbed the Adivasis of their natural territory and livelihood and turned them into marginal and powerless communities. पहला कंडीशन क्या हो रहा है बच्चों आदिवासीज के संग? हम देखते हैं कि जब आदिवासीज लोग हैं वहाँ पे जब फॉरेस्ट का डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है तो उनका तो खुद का घर ही छिन गया है, उनका लिवलीहुड ही छिन गया है. 10,000 types of species of plants they knew very well, but when they switched off from forest, how they recognize everything, how they remember everything in their mind, because they switched off from forest and indulge in other works. That's the main important thing here about the Adivasis of their natural territory area lost by them and their livelihood also lost by them. That's why we call them and turned themselves into marginal and powerless communities because of first reason. And when we are considering about the next point here, see, the Adivasis are portrayed negatively as exotic, as primitive and backward people and are represented through colorful costumes and headgears. As we noticed in our chapter reading session about the story of the Republic Day parade ceremony, and in that ceremony Dadu's family members noticed that Adivasis people's picture were there, and Dadu's family noticed that how they picturized for themselves, how they portrayed as exotic, as a primitive एंड एज अ बैकवर्ड पीपल. उनका कॉस्ट्यूम बहुत कलरफुल दिखाया गया, उनके हेडगियर लगाए हुए दिखाए गए थे. सो this has led to the marginalization of this community in modern India. As per modern India, we are covering ourselves with the new costumes and behave properly. But when we noticed about the Adivasis peoples, they portrayed as a very exotic way, in a very backward way, because of their colorful costumes, because of their headgears. So as per this one, we noticed that Adivasis seems to be marginalized because of these reasons. We are coming to our next question, students, and this next question covers about the reasons, also reasons for the constitution safeguard. So read this one. Write one reason why you think the constitution safeguards to protect minority communities are very important. See, why to safeguard these minority communities? We studied in our chapter reading session about this one, so we will write here our answer. Constitutional safeguards are important because these communities are backward and are lacking at educational level, social level and economic levels. Okay, so with these three bases, these three criteria, they notice that these Adivasis, these marginalized communities are very backward. For what reasons? For the purpose of the education. Less education was there, social and economic development is also not noticed in these minority communities. To give them equal status in society, these safeguards are required. So for the purpose of the safeguard, what's the our constitution gives? Our constitution gives new laws, and as per new laws they are saved. Minority communities are saved with the equal status. As we notice that in our fundamental rights, students, right to equality is there. That's why this one is required. For the progress of a nation, it is necessary that all part of society should progress. अब हम यह भी देखते हैं कि अगर किसी भी देश को आगे बढ़ाना है तो सिर्फ एक कम्युनिटी को आप आगे ले जाएंगे तो वह देश आगे नहीं बढ़ेगा. All parts of the society should progress, it is necessary, and that's why minority communities have a constitutional safeguard with them. Okay, so we are coming to our fourth question. What do you understand by the term minority? Minority is really a very important word for the purpose of reading only? No, for the purpose of the knowledge, for the purpose of the betterment of the lives of these minority communities. So here is the answer. The term minority is most commonly used to refer to communities that are numerically small in relation to the rest of the population. Yes, we noticed about this one. हमने क्या देखा था when we studied about the population as per the religion based, as per the community based, and in that time we noticed about the situation that these are numerically lesser than the other communities. That's why these people recognized as minorities. And when we noticed about the Indian constitution, always Indian constitution provides many things. So what that one? We will write here. The Indian constitution provides safeguards to religious and linguistic minorities as part of its fundamental rights. We noticed all these things. Okay, so with this notice, what's the important thing? What's the safeguard? First one is the religious and second one is the linguistic part. So as per the basis of religious, as per the basis of linguistic minorities, as part of their fundamental rights. It ensures that minorities are not discriminated against and that they do not face any disadvantage. So for the assurance to these people, our Indian Constitution provides safeguards to them. Here is our question number 5th, student. See, you are participating in a debate where you have to provide reasons to support the following statement. One statement is given to you in this question. Muslims are a marginalized community. We already studied this thing in our chapter reading session. So as per this statement, using the data provided in this chapter, list 2 reasons that you would give for this statement. Okay, so we will give answer based on our study of the chapter. The literacy rate of the Muslim population in India is the lowest. It is only 59%. So the first one about the Muslim community is what, students? About their education level, and as per education level we notice that it is only 59%. Okay, when we considered about others, see, 43.2% of Hindus have access to electricity, while only 30% of Muslims have access to electricity. जब हम बात करते हैं एजुकेशन की तो हम देखते हैं सबसे लोअर स्टेज पे है. जब हम बात करते हैं इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की, then when Hindus have 43.2% electricity at their homes, we notice that only 30% of the Muslims access to electricity. And next one is the above statistics support the statement that Muslims are a marginalized communities in India. अब आप इन 2 चीज़ों को देख के नोटिस कर पा रहे होंगे कि इंडिया में जो मुस्लिम्स हैं वो माइनॉरिटीज़ में आ रहे हैं. ओके, दिस वन इज़ द इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग हेयर. Muslims are less educated. They have very little share in government jobs. Because of the less education, they had very little share in government jobs. So these are the criteria in which we analyze the minorities group, and when we noticed all the characterization, all the differentiation between the religious communities, we noticed that Muslim community is really in a minority position. We are taking our next question here. Imagine that you are watching the Republic Day parade. Yes, as Dadu's family, you are also watching the Republic Day parade on TV with the friend, and your friend remarks, look at these tribals. They look so exotic and they seem to be dancing all the time. हमेशा डांस करते रहते हैं और ये कितना exotic लगते हैं हमें. List 3 things that you would tell her about the lives of Adivasis in India. So as per your knowledge, as per the chapter reading, we will write here in our answer about the lives of Adivasis in India. Yes, very critical situation, and we notice that Adivasis suffered a lot. See, Adivasis had a deep knowledge of the forest. This is the plus point for आदिवासी peoples because they had a very deep knowledge. Forest में क्या चीज़ कहाँ पे है, कौन सा पौधा कहाँ पे है, these people know very well. They were traditionally hunter gatherers and nomads and lived by shifting agriculture and also cultivating in one place. So this one is the situation of Adivasis, that they were traditionally hunter gatherers. ज़्यादातर उनका क्या काम है, hunter gatherers के रूप में वो काम कर रहे हैं, as well as nomads, and shifting cultivation, shifting agriculture is their main part of life, as well as cultivating in one place is also there. So as per this one, this knowledge of forest made the Adivasis indispensable to the rulers of the various empires in India during the pre-colonial days. So Adivasis had a deep knowledge of forest, and this deep knowledge also valuable to the empires also, and empires of that time, empires of that India during the pre-colonial period always use their knowledge, indispensable knowledge they had, and they use their knowledge for this one. Adivasis have their own languages. They are not speaking in English, they are not speaking in Hindi also, because they had their own knowledge, own language, which may be as old as Sanskrit. Imagine how much Sanskrit old, students? छठी शताब्दी की हम बात करते हैं तो हम क्या देखते हैं, संस्कृत उस टाइम बहुत ज़्यादा प्रचलन में थी. सो सेम इज़ द लैंग्वेज ऑफ आदिवासी पीपल्स दैट इज आल्सो एज ओल्ड एज संस्कृत. The Adivasi language has influenced the formation of Indian languages like Bengali. See, from where these Adivasis language influenced, it has influenced the formation with the Bengali language. Okay, so this is important here to be noticed. Here is our next question, question number 7. Would you agree with this statement that economic and social marginalization are interlinked? And if you are agree, then give reasons why you are agree with this one. See, we noticed on the basis of economic level, on the basis of education level, on the basis of the society level, these are the important interlinked things. So we will write our answer based on this statement and based on our chapter reading knowledge. Yes, economic and social marginalization is interlinked. First one, we will correlate with economic to social marginalization, and we will give our reasons for this one. Because of the Dalits and tribals were considered as a lower class of society. अभी भी हम क्या देखते हैं? At present also, what's the situation, students? Dalits always treated as the lower class of the society. Same with the Adivasi people, and this one is the first reason. See, they are living in separate areas of villages. Tribals are living in remote areas. See the situation when we considered about Dalits. Dalits का क्या हो रहा है बच्चों? गांव में उनके लिए अलग एक पूरा कॉलोनी बना दिया जाता है, एंड फार डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम दैट विलेज. ओके, एंड सेम विद द ट्राइबल पीपल्स आर लिविंग इन वेरी रिमोट एरियाज. So totally differ from the common society. Next point is here, they were not getting a proper education, so not good jobs. Again the important thing here, when they had no proper education, then no proper jobs are there to them. When they do not get opportunities, they remain economically weak and do not get an education, and this circle continues and continues and continues. अब आप समझ पा रहे होंगे कि एजुकेशन का कितना इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल है हमारी ज़िंदगी में. When we noticed about the knowledge, when we noticed about the education level of any person, then it seems to be that all the scenario is noticed with the economically weak position. Yes, that's why your parents, your guardians, as well as your teachers and ourselves always inspire you to read and read more and more. Why? Because of the proper economic sound knowledge, because of the economically high status. So all these things considered to be the marginalized for the person of Dalits, for the peoples of Adivasis also. So as per this chapter, not only this one is the chapter, this is the main criteria for ourselves also, students, that education is important for the purpose of economical and social status. Education is important for the society level uprising. So it's important chapter for ourselves to not be a marginalized and give your society more valuable, more intellectual personality as you and others. So, we will meet in our next session with a new chapter. Have a nice day.